Hello everyone. This video today is about IAM 751. November 4th is the day that you must take and really think about what you're doing. I just got back from Washington. This video today, again, is about IAM 751. November 4th, you really must take into consideration that you've been out of work for a long time now. A lot of you I've talked with, and they said, oh, the younger guys are going to vote for the contract. See, what they're looking at is that they're looking for, from what I've gathered, I was out there long enough, to discern what is everything going on. You have no cohesiveness with IAM 751. Each of you is, each area that I went to in Renton, in Auburn, and also in Everett, are floundering because you have no leadership, you have no cohesiveness at all. And that's a sadness that bothers the heck out of me, because with cohesiveness you have strength. I will say this again. You have to quit, all of you. 33,000 people have to gather together to quit. Because if you do quit, and when you do, the strength that will muster behind you will be not just the Seattle Times, but it'll be worldwide. You'll not just be the Seattle Times, but you will make an impression in the entire aerospace community. I tell you this because right now you're not getting paid and you don't have insurance. And the $250 the union is giving you a week can't even buy milk and cookies. Let's face facts. I was out there. The prices out there are outrageous for housing. You know, people don't understand. They say, oh, these people, they're making $82,000 to start. After taxes, that $82,000 comes down to what? Maybe 50? Maybe less? When a house out there, starting house, starts at about 4 or 5. Actually, it started at, the ones I saw, started at about $8,000, $800,000. That's a lot of money. People have no concept. They hear the numbers and say, wow. It's just like all the news media. You're going to be getting a 43.65% CPI over the 4 years. Well, what the hell did David Calhoun make in 1 month? 45%. You know, 1 year, 45% in 2023. I was there, June 18th. I wish, I hate to use the word wish, hope, prayers, or luck. It is always determination. That's when Lloyd asked me, Lloyd Catlin, the union guy, the gatekeeper for John Holden, he says, what are you doing here? You know something? If Thomas Edison listened to the people who said, what are you doing here? We'd still be in the dark. If Igor Sikorsky listened to people who said, what are you doing here? We wouldn't have a helicopter. You wouldn't have a company called Sikorsky Aircraft. If Ford listened to the person who says, what are you doing here? We wouldn't have Ford Motor Company, and any other company, as a matter of fact, that because of piss poor management is closing their doors, many of them. Look at General Electric, okay? GE. GE, for example. It was killed by Jack Welch and the rest of the bozos that came along the line. Bozos, can I say that? Because most of those people at the top are just punching clowns. When the shit hits the fan, they're the ones to blame. They're the ones who get the golden parachute. You fail up. You don't progress up because of your knowledge or passion or integrity. You fail up. I've seen that with David Calhoun. The only thing David knew about aerodynamics was his golf ball, whether it was a Titleist 1, Titleist 2, and his golf club. The only thing he knew about materials was probably his graphite shaft or titanium shaft with a titanium putter there. That's all he knew. So IAM 751. It is your deciding factor. It is your decision. But before you go into vote, when the contract is refused, you have to all in force go to John Holden and say, we quit, John. We already don't have pay, we don't have a job, and we don't have insurance. That's a reality. Everybody said I talked, well, Daryl, we still have a job. No, Daryl, it's like we already quit. No, on strike means nothing. Quitting is everything. Do you realize that if you quit, the company will have to, if they don't they have to waive this, but they'd have to rehire all 33,000 people. Do you know what the cost of that is? Going through clearances and all the rest of that stuff that a company has to go through? Do you know what type of power you'll have by having that type of strength? Because right now, this is going to go on and on and on. And from what rumor has, it sounds like that they're waiting until January till the holidays come. Look, Thanksgiving is going to be upon us. We're going to have Christmas. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm not independently wealthy. I have to live month to month, sometimes 2 months to it's craziness. I don't get paid on a weekly basis. I own my own business. I don't know anybody that gets paid on a weekly basis who owns their own business. Okay? I came out there to support you, and Lloyd Catlin did not support me, and John Holden really didn't support me. How hard was it to call me for 3 minutes saying, Mr. Guberman, thank you for coming out here. We really appreciate it. I'm in the midst of bargaining a contract, but we really appreciate that. What he showed me is his lack of management, lack of skill. What Robert Kelly Oprah, what he showed me about changing culture as a captain in the Marines, as I find out, is that no man or woman left behind, and he left you behind. I wonder where he's going to be on November 4th, if he's going to be in Virginia or if he's going to be in Washington, shaking hands and taking names like he should have done that Wednesday. Instead, he was telling about the third quarter results being $6 billion in debt, or a $6 billion loss. If they do not have the sense enough, as IAM did not, if they don't have the sense enough to call upon dARYL GUBERMAN, who brings a wealth of experience, knowledge, materials, etc., Boeing, they're going to be a shadow of the company they once were. If you sign off that contract, then look at this. David Calhoun is going to get $45 million for only knowing about how the golf ball flies in the air. That's the only thing he knows about aerospace. I was there. I listened. And what I was going to say is I wish Hawley was running for president. He has that bolsterous voice. He puts people in line. He's one of the very few people that I have never met him. I saw him. He's one of the very few people that I would say that respect is something that he's gaining from me, if that counts, Mr. Hawley, Senator. But everybody else that I've met, not good. Not good. The IAM 751 workers that I met at many of those outlets there that were on strike in Renton and Auburn and also Everett were good people. You are good people. So listen, do not vote on the contract. Push John Holden that day to say we quit, all of us. It sounds illogical, but in the end, it will be good. And if you want me to come back out to Washington, I will. And I'm so passionate about it, I'll do it on my dime, not even on yours. Because you know something? It is not the size of the dog in the fight that counts. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Dwight D. Eisenhower. And also, from David Foster Wallace, I'm going to tell it his way. The truth will set you free, but not till it is finished with you. And that's what we do. 203-556-1493. I'm forever grateful for those great people of IAM 751 that I had the honor to meet. I thank you.